I can go.
Are you ready? Okay.
Will you stay here? You want to stay here?
Yeah, I can stay.
You can stay.
Mhm.
Keep it outside.
Here you go. Nihongo no ryokushikan. Nihongo no ryokushikan. Shiken. The N5 level is the easiest level and is meant to test your ability to understand some basic Japanese. This level, most test takers are able to understand typical everyday conversations as well as read basic sentences written in hiragana, katakana, and kanji. JLP tests passive skills only, reading and listening. You will not be required to produce any sentences for the test. Instead, there are various kinds of multiple choice questions that are designed to test your understanding of different aspects of the material that is covered. The grammar, vocabulary, and kanji may seem easy, but the test will be testing your knowledge of not only the meanings, but the small differences between two very similar grammar points: vocabulary, words, or kanji. Reading the test will check your ability to use hiragana, katakana, and around 100 kanji. Whew. Kanji here at this level are the ones that are normally used in basic daily communication. Your ability to comprehend longer passages in basic context will also be tested. Listening, the test will cover basic situations involving common classroom and home situations. Dialogues will be at a slower pace, fairly short, and test your ability to comprehend key points, as well as common responses to everyday phrases and expressions. So, why should you take N5? JLPT helps you set clear goals with your studies. N5 level covers a certain set of grammar, vocabulary, and kanji, giving you focus in your studies. This can make it a lot easier to measure your progress and see how your studies have paid off. It can be incredibly motivating to cross off what you've learned. Taking the tests at this early level can also help you identify weak points that you can work on as you study Japanese and make progress toward a higher level. Find yourself doing really well with kanji, scoring well listening, shift your studies to spend more time on listening. This will show how much more effective one study is than another, helping you cut out practices that are wasted time. Generally, if you would like to go work for a company that uses Japanese as its main language, you need to pass a higher level test like N2 or N1. So see this as N5 is necessary studying Japanese studies, however, don't discount it quite yet. Passing N5 shows you how dedicated and interested Japanese are willing to put in time and effort in your studying. Employers will see it as proof of your interest in language and your ability to use some simple Japanese. With the knowledge you gain from studying for the test, you will be able to make simple conversation with Japanese coworkers and survive in Japan with good. How is the JLPT N5 organized? Tests administered in 3 separate blocks of time on the same day. Depending on the country where you're taking the test, there are typically breaks between each block of time. The longer lunch break between the second and third blocks. So Gengochi Shiki Mojigoe. Goi. Vocabulary 25 minutes. Bunpo and Dokai. Language knowledge. Grammar reading. And then Chokai listening. 30 minutes. Language knowledge vocabulary. The first 2 parts of this section will cover the readings of the N5 kanji. The first part, kanji reading will have a sentence with an underlined word written in kanji. You have to choose the appropriate reading in hiragana. Only word in kanji will be the one they're testing on. Kanji are the one you're testing on. 来週旅行に行きます。来週旅行に行きます。We're going on a trip. Okay. Next week. I'm going on a trip. Koshu, raishu. Oh, the underlined word. What is that? Raishu. Vocabulary. Damn. The JLPT tested, no Romanji equivalents. Okay. Second part, orthography, will give you a sentence with an underlined word written in hiragana. You'll have to choose the correct kanji or katakana. Kanji will only be used in the answers. I should get stream this too. Ooh. Hey. Okay. Yeah. This one here. Okay, so I'm here. First two parts of the section will contain. Where am I? So I'm here. The first two parts of this section will cover the readings of the N5 kanji. First part kanji reading will have a sentence with the underlying word written kanji, and you have to choose the appropriate reading hiragana. The only word in kanji will be the only one you're testing on. So this one right here, I gotta know if it's, I gotta know this kanji. So I'm gonna say kanji ri yoko ni ikimasu. So on the Japanese test, there's no Romanji English, so I have to just know it like that. Okay. So raishu. So raishu riko ni. Raiko. Raishu raiko ni ikimasu. Next week I'm going on a trip. Correct answer is 3. Raishu. Okay. Second part, orthography, will give you a sentence with an underlined word written in hiragana, and you'll have to choose the correct kanji or katakana. Kanji will only be used in the answers. Pan no tabemashita. I ate bread. So under there, tabemashita, I'll have to know that it's the right kanji. Oh god. Yeah, okay, so it must be answer 2. There is no valid reading for this kanji. All right, so there's no me English. The last two parts, written only in hiragana and katakana, cover vocabulary. In the third part, contextually defined expressions, you must choose the word that fits in the sentence. Koko de densha ni blank. Here, train blank. Koko ni densha ni, maybe ikimashita. Norimashita tsukimasu agarimashita harimashita. Man, what does norimashita mean? Must be like get on the train here. Norimashita. Okay. Fourth part, paraphrases. You must choose a sentence that has a similar meaning to the one given. Questions are designed more to test your ability to use and understand the vocabulary than just simply going over the meaning of the word. Maisa koen de hashirimasu. Every morning I run in the park. Okay. Every morning I run in the park. So choose a sentence that has a similar meaning. So Masako en de harimasu hashirimasu. Yoru wa tokidoki koen de hashirimasu. Gozenchu tokidoki koen de hashirimasu. So tokidoki is definitely it. On 1 and 2. So itsumo must mean always. Yoru wa itsumo koen de hashirimasu. I'm going to say it's number 3. But there's only 3 options. There's 4 options. Gozen itsumo koen hashirimasu. Gozen. So in the morning? Yoru gohan. Okay, so it's definitely 4. It's definitely. Oh, here it is. It's definitely 4. Oh, what's going on with the camera? It's kind of cool. Okay. Language, knowledge, grammar, reading. This time block actually covers 2 parts of the test, grammar and reading. There are 3 parts in the grammar section, Centennial Grammar 1, Centennial Grammar 2, and Text Grammar. This section of the N5 exam uses N5 kanji, but all the kanji have hiragana on top to help you read them. Is my mic even on? I hope so. Oh yeah, it's on, okay. How did you get hiragana on top? You read them, hiragana being hiragana. For the first part, Centennial Grammar. Selecting grammar form. You must choose the answer that fits in the blank. Here, they will be testing your understanding of how to use particles, adverbs, and conjunctions. There will also be questions covering adjective and verb conjugations. Particles. Dashi wa genkan blank soji oshimasu. I clean the entranceway. Ga oni no. Dashi wa genkan o sojimasu. It's no. Genkan no. Okay. Got it. 4. Karai tabemono o amari. I don't like spicy food that much. So the blank is eating? Eat. Oh, tabemono amari. I don't eat spicy food that much. Tabemasen. Karai tabemono o amari. Here, arimasen, or tabemasen. Okay, correct answer is 3. Conjunctions, yoi tenki desu, blank, sanpo shimasu. It's nice weather, so let's stroll. Ja, kara, atare. Kara, ka, so, kara. Okay. Next part, Centennial Grammar 2, sentence composition. You will be asked to put words in the correct order. You are given 4 words that you must fill in the blanks. Then you mark on the answer sheet the number of the word part that should be placed in the blank marked with a star. These questions are designed mostly to test your understanding of sentence structures. For example, they commonly test you on particle placement in a sentence. Sumimasen, yubin kyoku. Blank, blank, star, blank, ka. Damn. I cheated this. What? You'll be asked to put the words in the correct order. I get 4 words. Then the number of the word part that she placed in the blank number of the star. So I get sumimasen, yubin kyoku, a star, a blank. What's the answer? Okay. Sumimasen. Yubin kyoku wa doko ni arimasu ka? Yubin kyoku wa doko ni arimasu ka? Okay. So that means yubin kyoku doki ni. So that should be 4. Yeah, answer is 4. Okay, cool. I cheated this over there. And in the third part, text grammar, you'll be asked to choose the appropriate grammar point based on the context of a passage about 225, 250 characters in length. You'll have to use both your comprehension skills and your understanding of grammar points to understand the questions correctly. 私は英語を見たいです。映画が好きな人は一緒にいましょう。Let's see movie people like movies together. Let's go through now. How many sections do I have in this chapter? Oh, it's long. I'm still in the introduction. I'm gonna keep going a bunch of pages. Okay, so it's not 40 pages. It's close. It's 30 pages. Damn. Okay, that's cool. I'm just reading. Wish I could zoom it out a little bit more. doesn't exactly let me do that. Hold on. I get the whole page. If I just stand it up like this, I am zoomed out as much as possible. No. I guess the only way to do it would be there. It's a little silly. I read it like this. Yeah, I mean, I guess that works. Yeah, I could do that. Okay. Okay. Wait, where was I? If it wasn't there, I must go. I should just still go with text grammar here. That'd be nice if I had a little pointer. These glosses. Got. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Okay. And third part, text grammar, you will be asked to choose the appropriate grammar point based on the text of a passage about 225 to 220 characters in length. You'll have to use both your comprehension skills and your understanding of the grammar points to answer the questions correctly. So, 私は英語を、漢字。見たいです。映画が好きな人は一緒にいましょう。Whatever. 私は映画を見たいです。映画が好きな人は一緒に。Here. Want to see a movie? People who like movies, watch them together? Dude, what is going on? Ite ka? Where are you going? Ite ka? Oh, no. Correct answer. Ikimasen ka? Oh, that's right. Ikimasen ka? Okay. Cool. For the reading part of the language knowledge, grammar, reasoning section of the test, there are 3 parts: short passages, mid-length passages, and information retrieval. In the first part, short passages, you're presented with passages about a paragraph in length, 100 to 125 characters, and asked basic questions about them. It may ask questions about the passage like the ones listed below. Tashi wa kyou nani o shimasu or shimata ka? Shimashita ka? Shimasa, shimashita. What is / was I doing today? Itsu arimasu ka? When are we meeting? Ikura harimasu ka? How much is he paying? Dono ga ii desu ka? Which is good. Your answer choices may also be illustrations. For instance, a passage might describe what a store looks like. And then below, there might be 4 different illustrations of stores, followed by a question like the following. Omise wa dore desu ka? Which is the store? In the second part, mid-length passages, you are presented with longer passages, 225 to 250 characters, and ask questions that test your ability to infer meaning from the reading. Typically, there are no questions that involve choosing the right illustration. Instead, they might ask questions like the following. Doyate shimashita ka? How are they going to, did they? Doshite naze shimashita ka? Why are they going, did they go? And the third part, information. Oh, interesting. If I get too close, It'll zoom in on this stuff. I want that. Okay. Very good. I double check the zoom. Okay. In the third part, information retrieval, you'll be asked questions about a source of information like a pamphlet, schedule, or notice that test your ability to scan for details. Usually, informational retrieval questions can be quite lengthy, explaining the situation and context for you to choose the correct answer. Listening. Listening session is comprised of 4 parts: task-based comprehension, point comprehension, utterance expressions, and quick response. First 2 parts will test your comprehension. While the last 2 test your understanding of key phrases and expressions you should know at this level. Is that necessary? It sure doesn't hurt. Oh, now it hurts. Okay, now we're good. In task-based comprehension, each question first explains the situation and gives you a task. After that, you'll hear 6 to 10 lines of dialogue and the task again at the end. These questions are meant to test your ability and listen for details. Answer choices can be given as pictures or in hiragana. No kanji is used in the answers for this section. A typical dialogue involves 2 speakers narrowing down their choice for something. 家でWhat? 家で男の人の女の人が話しています。女の人は何を飲みますか? At home, a man and a woman are talking. What's the woman going to drink? 男。コーヒーを飲みませんか? Oh, I got that. Here, I'm going to read back. I need to know these kanji. 家で the house, 男の人の女 I mean his wife? Oh, 女 wife. 男の人と女の人が話しています。Women and men are talking. 女の人は何を飲みますか? So what's the woman going to drink? Perfect. 男、コーヒーを飲みませんか? コーヒーを飲みませんか? Won't you drink some coffee? 女の人? コーヒーはあまり好きじゃないです。I don't really like coffee. I don't really like coffee. 男。そうですか。お茶はどうですか? そうですか。お茶はどうですか? And how about you? Yes. お願いします。Please. 冷たいのですか? Colon? はい、お願いします。Colon. 女の人は飲みますか? What's someone going to drink? So she said cold tea. So cold. Looks like a lemonade. Could be a tea. That's probably a coffee. So definitely hot coffee, hot tea, cold coffee. Yeah, this is more coffee than tea. So cold coffee, cold tea. So she's going to have a cold tea. So yes, we're good. Many task-based comprehension questions have this pattern. The different possible answers are eliminated one by one as one follows through the conversation until we finally arrive at one correct answer. Here, the man offers coffee at first, but the woman says she doesn't really like coffee. So the man then offers tea, and then he asks her if she'd like it cold. Timitai, that makes answer 4. Picture the cold glass of tea. The best answer. Okay. For the second part, point comprehension, you'll listen to dialogues of about the same length as the task-based comprehension questions, but at this time you'll be listening for a specific piece of information. Answers will either be in the form of pictures printed on the test booklet or as answers given here gone. So we got, I don't like how hard this is to move. 外の人の女の人が話しています。女の人は昨日どこへ行きましたか? Man, when we're talking, where did we go yesterday? Nishimura-san, 昨日どこへNishimura-san, 昨日どこへ行きましたか? Miss Nishimura, where did you go yesterday? 昨日は新しいレストランに行きました。学校の隣ですか? 学校の隣。そうです。That's right. 僕は映画館に行って映画を見ました。I went to the movie theater and watched a movie. 本当ですか? 私は今日の夜映画館の下の喫茶店で友達にいます。Really? Tonight? I'm going to the cafe below the theater to meet a friend. 女の人は昨日どこへ行きましたか? She went to a new restaurant. So 1. Correct answer is 1. Perfect. Okay. Guess I'm going to do this. All right, I got 7 pages left. Cool. In point comprehension questions, all the answer choices will most likely be referenced in at least once in the dialogue. However, there's only one best answer. This can sometimes be quite easy because you might be able to choose. Hold on. This is sometimes quite easy. You might be able to choose the best answer without actually listening to the entire conversation. In the conversation above, the question asked specifically about where the woman was yesterday, not the man. The woman mentioned that she was at the restaurant yesterday, so that's the correct answer. She later mentions that she is going to the cafe tonight, but that is not the information we are looking for. The last half of the listening is more focused on the phrases and expressions. In the third part, utterance expressions, there will be an illustration printed in the test booklet showing the context where the expression is used. The recording will also give you some brief information about the context and what the speaker would like to communicate. You must also choose the appropriate expression from the answer choices. The text will be given for the illustrations. So, Tomodachi wa Kate. I'm supposed to listen. I don't know where that's at. Oh no, it's in the Dang, I think I know where this is at. So if I go to, I hope, whatever this is. Listening. So online resources, practice tests, reading passages, answers, listening, answers, and scripts, maybe? I don't see any audio in here. Yeah, I don't know where to get the audio for this. Oh well. It's definitely not in here. Everything's a PDF. That's cool. Whatever. So, Tomodachi wa keishigomu ga arimasen. Tomodachi ni nan to imasu ka? Your friend doesn't have an eraser. I definitely didn't learn eraser. Your friend doesn't have an eraser. What do you say to your friend? Keishigomu kaishimashou. Keishigomu must mean eraser. Keishigomu kaishimoko must mean lend. Keishigomu tsukaimashou. Let's use an eraser. Tsukaimashou. Keishigomu kaishite kudasai. Lend me an eraser. Correct answer is 1. Okay, makes sense. So that's me. So I'm going to give him the eraser. Got it. Okay. So now for this part. The girl wants to give the eraser to her friend, so answer 1 is the best. Answer 2 sounds like she's suggesting that they use the eraser together to do something, and answer 3 sounds like the girl's making a request for an eraser. The fourth part, quick response. The listening presents. The listening presents you with a line of dialogue and then 3 potential responses. Again, nothing written in the test booklet, so you must listen carefully to all the potential answers, then mark an answer on your test sheet. Listen. I think it's the own. So this, I think, is girl or woman. It tells here, oh no, woman, Otoko man. Okay. Yep, oh no, Otoko. Okay. So the girl wants to give the eraser to her friend. So answer 1 is best. Answer 2 sounds like she's suggesting blah blah blah. Okay. Woman. Kyo nanji ni kaigi desu ka? Today, what time is the meeting? The dude. Go hito desu. No, gonin. Gonin desu. Huh? Oh, it's totally wrong. Okay, so it's definitely not that one. Or ichijikan han desu. 1.5 hours. Or Juyeonji desu. Okay, so not when is it, but what time? So it's definitely 3. Okay, got it. Well, I was talking about that time for the meeting. So answer 3 is the best answer. Answer 1 is about the number of people. Answer 2 is about the amount of time. So that's also incorrect. And then time management during the test. Test is administered 3 blocks of time. First block is for the language knowledge vocabulary section. 25 minutes. Second block will be the language knowledge, grammar, and reading section, 50 minutes, and the final block is the listening section, 30 minutes. There's typically a longer lunch break between the reading and listening sections, but the timing of the breaks differs depending on the country where the test is conducted, so be sure to check the schedule per area. Also keep in mind that you cannot leave the room until test booklets and marksheets are collected, which usually takes a few minutes. Well, there's a quick breakdown of how much time to spend each part of the test. The number in the parentheses is the number of questions each part of the test. Is this easy to read with more light? Not really. That's okay. Cool. All right. So, how much I have left? Almost done. And then the comment slippery. I'm going to read that. Almost done. First section. Language, knowledge, vocabulary. 25 minutes total, 3 minutes to check answers. So kanji reading, orthography, expressions, paraphrases. Okay. Second section, language knowledge, grammar reading. Grammar, sentence composition, text grammar. Reading is short passages, mid-length passages, and information drill. Third section is listening, 3 minutes total. You don't have to worry too much about time management during the listening section, so you don't be able to listen again for any of the questions. You'll have about 10 seconds after each question is read out to mark your answers before the next question begins. It's super important for the last question of the test, it's to be instructed, to put your pencil down shortly after the reading of the last section, so make sure to mark all your questions quickly during the section. JLPT can-do list. JLPT can-do self-evaluation has been made to the examinees, giving an idea of what those who pass the N5 think they can do in Japanese. You can use them to set goals for your studies. So lessons grammar section can be designed in line with JLPT can-do self-evaluations. So simple readings, introductions, have a simple conversation at the store, ask simple questions, count objects. You can also, I'm going to zoom in for this one. Oh yeah. Have a simple conversation about hobbies, talk about the past, talk about what you want to do, give simple commands and directions, make polite requests, talk about locations of actions or artists, give options or examples, talk about what you're doing now, talk about complete and incomplete tasks, give locations for items in a room, talk about a trip you took, talk about a sequence of events, describe places and things in more detail, talk about approximate amounts, use transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay. So yeah, just using odu versus idu, ha versus ga, hoshi versus tai, and kosato. The te form, the de particle, the ni particle, something and nothing, the particle, the he particle, the kudasai, and the kudasaimasen ga. kudasai masenka. Okay. O to ya ga mo moshoka masenga ni naniku. Negative form. Yo wa ne teiru te aru mo ta da kara mata made yori naru suru kanji. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, where we're at. Vocabulary. Okay. Okay. So I'm here. N5 covers the vocabulary that you would use for daily activities like eating, taberu, and drinking, nomu, as well as things you do around the house like cleaning, soju suru, and doing the laundry, sentaku suru. Keeping a journal in Japanese of your activities for a few weeks is a useful way to practice a lot of these words. Oh. Also, N5 covers a lot of the words for your immediate family, like your big brother, ani, little brother, ototo. One thing to keep in mind here is that there are two sets of vocab for a family. One that is usually used for your own family, humble, and one that is usually used to refer to someone else's family, honorable. Chi-Chi is my father. Noto-san is someone else's father. Interesting. To practice these, you can make two family trees. For one of these trees, you can list out your family. The other tree you can make for a friend or a friend of yours, fictional family, your favorite TV show or movie. N5 also introduces counters. The over 100 counters in Japanese that are used to count everything from scenes to play to swords. However, you will most likely only use and need to learn about 10 of the most common counters. N5 covers vocabulary necessary for basic directions and describing the location of things. We will practice most of these in lesson 6, page 111. Practice these by writing descriptions of your room describing where everything is located, or write directions on how to get somewhere. Grammar. The grammar for the N5 covers a lot of what you will be using on a daily basis, even as you get more advanced in your studies. Keep in mind that the grammar we'll be going over in the grammar section of this book may not be tested in the actual grammar section of the test, but you'll be required to know it in order to answer questions. The listening and reading sections of the test. Almost all sentences in Japanese use particles. Particles are small words, usually only one or two hiragana, that attach to the end of words to show their relationship to the sentence. The N5 covers all the most common particles, including ha, ga, mo, ni, he, de, and o. Depending on others, I zoom out a little bit, focus a little bit, cool. N5 also covers talking about the past, non-past, progressive, being, conjunctions, and clauses. They also produce casual and polite forms. All of the listening passages and listening will be in polite Japanese, so a lot of these kanji look like what they represent in nature. Yama looks like a mountain. Kawa looks like a river. You might have to be a little imaginative with some of them, like Sora means air. To me, this kanji looks like a little guy jumping off a spring. Cool. Directions and locations. A lot of the basic kanji need for directions are covered in the test. For example, all 4 directions, Kita, Minami, Higashi, and Nishi, are covered, as well as the Migi, Dari. There's also some common locations such as Mise and Eki, store and station, respectively. Humans. These are all involved with humans in some way. There are some basic family kanji like Chi-Chi and Haha. Also body parts, me, eye, and ashi, foot, leg. Within this category are 2 things related to human life, home and kuruma. Numbers, time, currency. Ichi-ni-san, shi-go. Ichi-ni-san, shi-roku, nana, hachi. Oh my god. Ichi-ni-san, shi-go, roku, nana, hachi, kyuju. Okay. That's probably like 10, 100,000, or whatever. I don't know this. We also see them used for very formal documents or monuments. At the N5 level, you will need to know the more common kanji like nin, Oh my gosh, like nen, ji, and shu. Adjectives. All right, I'll walk in. Only a handful of adjective kanji are introduced to this level. You have the common ones like oki, big, and chisai, small. They're also atarashi, new, and fudai, old. They'll include one color, shiroi, white. What? I just get one? Only color I gotta know is white. Okay. Finally, you are left with the basic actions that you would do in everyday life. For example, if you have going and coming, there are also eating, taberu, drinking, nomu, speaking, hanasu, and listening, kiku. Okay. Kana silver. So this is hiragana, which I got maybe 99% of, so I'm not actually going to study. I sometimes mix up ho and ma, sometimes mix up nu and ne. Everything else is solid. And then mi, mu, no, mo, ya, yu, yo, ra. Yep. Ari, do, re, ne. Yeah, re. It's like a Christian word, isn't it? It's re. Ne, re. Okay. So re, do, wa, o. Okay. So that's it. That's chapter 1. Damn. I didn't think I was going to make it that far, but I did it. We did it together, and we'll see you in the next one. Well, hold on. So since I'm here, I might as well talk a little bit because oh no. Okay. Should see that a little bit more time. It's so big. Whatever. So yeah, I've been studying Japanese for a long time, and I can't even tell you when I bought this book. It might say more than a year or two ago. It's very frustrating because I've been focusing on learning Japanese. I don't know. I've been interested in learning Japanese for years, and I always start, and then I'm never consistent enough to get like I don't know. I'm not fluent. I can't have a conversation right now. So my goal is to be as consistent as possible. So I got just be consistent as possible. Be consistent, effective. I don't know, man. Just be better. I'm just trying to be better, man. But yeah, hopefully that inspired you to keep watching. I just want you to, if you're watching this, I hope you're motivated. Whatever it is you're focusing on, either learning Japanese or learning English or working out. Yeah, I don't need the views. I just need to ensure that I need to motivate myself, and that's how I do it. I put this online, and everyone knows if I didn't post, I didn't study. So every time I study, put it online, and then yeah, hopefully I'm fluent in Japanese soon, man. Talk to you later.